Hey, CMIT teachers, this is the video introducing you to the CMIT Collaborative. This is a Mr. Field creation. It's version 1.0. So I'm going to tell you what I've done so far, the principle behind it. And it's so easy that even elementary school kids can use it. I know this because I use it in my tutoring and something called the organizer, which I'm about to show you now. So this is, this is from my Algebra 1 class last year. And you can see just in the last couple weeks of school, we tried it out. We actually used a Google Doc before this for this thing called the organizer. So what is this? We can see who posted the post. We can see the assignment they're posting about. These colors here. We can click and see a screenshot of the problem they're talking about, and then the description, the date. So that's cool. But then the other cool part is if I click edit, and you'll have to click edit on the CMIT Collaborative, and then you have to sign in with Google, and then click the link again, click edit, and it will work. All right, so that's the only part. And that helps you get signed in so that when you make a post, your name is there. But now we can see all these students have posted, and they did this before I taught the lesson. So I can now filter through the post. If I only want to see the red problems, then I can see that. And the red problems are the problems that they actually want me to teach them. The yellow problems are problems they're saying, I just need to practice this. And the green problems, that's people saying, hey, I got this and I could even explain it if you ask me to. Red, yellow, green, like a traffic light, right? And so this helps us set up class. Now, as I am aiming to provide instructional support, I need data from you. Okay, so I've set up something similar, more adultish, like for us. So instead of math problems, you're going to be putting in, you get a little bit more freedom about what you want to communicate, because we see it's a public forum where we can all see. But in a dark room, the light shines brighter. Let your light shine. Let us see what you're doing in your class. And I'm leading by example here. I am going to use this collaborative to put my lesson plans. Do you have to put your lesson plans in here? No. I'm asking for a range of at least your week summary. So I should be able to click on a post for every teacher in the building and see at least their week summary. What are you doing in class this week? And let's look at the other details. So if I have to make a post here, click new, and then we can just click open. So let's say I'm teaching maybe I should do RELA because I have no idea what you do in RELA, but I will after you do this. Let's say geometry, week 1. Something I'm very familiar with. And week 1 in geometry is usually about points, lines. So there, now we know what the geometry teacher is. And if you don't see your name here, it's because I'll be adding it. But this originally was just going to be for the STEM team. But I do want to take that a minute to show you that you can click on the headings and you can edit the property. So if something's missing, then you can just add your name like that. Okay, or class name. All these things can be edited by us. And if someone messes it all up, then don't worry, I can go back to an older version of the document from history, but try not to mess it up. Mistakes are how we learn, right? Okay, so I would put my name, and then for us, I put, and this is just, we could change it, but red, yellow, green would be I'm ready to go. Got this in the bag. I've been teaching this for 15 years, whatever. Yellow, sorting things out. please don't observe me. I'm not running to anyone for help, but I'm not looking. I mean, I might come in because I'm not evaluative, but you're like, yellow is, I don't really want to be observed on this lesson, for e-doctrina, but I know what I'm doing here, something like that. We have those days. I have those days. And then red, I'm going to open this document up every morning and I'm going to look for any teacher that has red, need help on something. That's my flag. Okay. So, and then it's better than an email because I'll see everything right here. Then you just put your class. Comments is a quick place. Anything, questions or whatever you have to say. And then the created by and date created automatically. These are also important. Like if we don't coordinate who's using the Chromebooks and when, not saying you're free to do what you do, but if the kids are going from 7 periods and they're on Chromebooks all day, but they're going to look like a fried potato by the 7th period. And we don't have to do that to each other. So we can I'm the coordinator. So let's coordinate, so if you see they're using the Chromebooks all day, wisdom says, maybe I should do something different. Or if you want to use a Chromebook, go for it, you're free, but it's just to help us. And then the students, if we put the class there, then we can use that filter. And homework, tell us about the homework in your class. And I should even change that to tests. So we want to know, when do the kids have homework in your class? When do they have a test in your class? So when they're in other classes, we can support you, remind them that they have homework, not schedule a test maybe on the same day you have a test, or, sometimes they'll overlap and everything, but at least we can know what we're doing rather than just going in blind. And so really doesn't take as long as you think, just to click, click, click. And then I want to show you what it looks like, me making a lesson here. So this is my actual lesson for day 1, fundamentals of algebra, the class that I'm teaching. I'm ready to go. Put some comments in here about what I do. I'm using the Chromebooks Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe, but I can just quickly change that if it changes. The homework is going to be assigned on Monday, due Tuesday night for completion, and then we correct it throughout the week. I put the seats up right at the beginning. There's my objective with my standard. And I always call them warm-ups, but I'm going to try something new, call it a do now. So we're going to do a brain dump. And so, this might give you some ideas or it may not. Something we can, conversation starter. But, and then this is how I fell into lesson planning last year. But usually what happens for me is I start off the year with what I finished last year, and then I keep revising to suit the needs of my students and grow in my practice. But one new thing I'm going to do is numeracy tasks. And so we're going to start out that. I have all these whiteboards. We're going to be in groups working on designing a new school task, although I might change it. And the purpose behind that is it's not directly related to the curriculum, but it's directly related to a task that has lots of entry points and lots of mathematics. And what we want to do this year in my class is connect, because of STEM, right? So then we're going to talk about STEM connections, and I'm going to give the kids a note-taking task. All right, I like to be very vanilla on the first day, not lots of bells and whistles. Okay, because if we're always up here, then that's what they're going to expect. But we want to make sure they know, like, hey, there's going to be some really exciting days, but you got to earn it. And also, if it's a regular day where we're taking notes, that's important too. And it doesn't have to be a letdown. So I don't usually start, at a 10 on day 1. And then my homework is right there. So this is my lesson, and I'll be putting these in the collaborative every time because Notion is my not only my lesson planning tool, but check this out. If I press F11, Now it's a full screen and I'm actually at the Promethean board here. I can just zoom in and there we go. Now this is projected for my whole class to see, and I just scroll up, and this is what I need this to do. I need the screen to have directions. So that's how I do it, at least right now. And so that's what you can see if you look in my post for the STEM Collaborative. But if you just put in at least a week summary, you know, then that allows us to comment and collaborate. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you is the Promethean PD this Friday after orientation. I'm thinking 1 o'clock, but we'll get confirmation on the time. If you click on this post, and you can see the Promethean PD by clicking just 2 clicks. So there's the directions. I recorded a video about starting out the board, and I'm using Edpuzzles to show you that tool. So please watch the video, even if you're a pro, just to see what I'm saying to the rookies. And then create a post in this database below. It's a KWL. What do you know about the board already? What do you want to know? And then after what you learn, and the reason is because I don't want it to be a chalk talk, you know, a sit and get type of PD. I want us to be collaborating. I know there's some Promethean board users in the building that are stronger than me, and I want to spotlight the strengths that we have as a team and help people answer the questions that they have about the board and getting started. So we're all working together. So it doesn't need to all fall on me. And so just like the organizer, if you can fill this out before the PD, then that will be helpful. All right, so this again is an introduction to the CMIT, not my STEM coordinator task, to the CMIT Collaborative. Okay, so please give it a try, and any issues that you have, just let me know. I'm down here in room 156.